Hey everybody, First Alert Meteorologist Bob Trihy here on a stormy Sunday afternoon. Hope you're staying safe in the big storm, which we think will become a blizzard as we go into the evening hours with a lot of blowing snow. And we have some updated snowfall totals. We've been crunching the numbers across the area, and already some places close to 2 inches of snow. We have Nassau at 2 inches with Lewis, Bethany Beach, a little bit over 1.5 inches for you. Dagsboro 1.6, Millsboro 1.6 inches. A little less than an inch in Ellendale, with Laurel, Seaford, and Bridgeville all checking in with about 1/2 inch of snow. And the list goes on. Harbison 2.5 inches, with Milton about 1.5 inches of snow. And this is that really heavy wet snow. They call this the heart attack snow. Really high moisture content, so you want to be careful in it. Belltown 2 inches, Harrington over 2.5, 2.25 inches in Kent County, in Felton, and then Laurel picking up a little less than 1/2 inch. Now, we have updated the snow total map, the potential snowfall map. Now, this started at 3 to 6 inches a few days ago. We just continue to update it, and the numbers keep going up because the storm just becomes more powerful. So right now, we're thinking about 10 to 18 inches of snow region-wide. Now, probably slightly lesser amounts. I'm thinking at the coast, towards the 113 corridor, because we could see some of the snow change over to a period of sleet as we go through the evening hours. So keep that in mind. And then the higher totals a little bit farther inland. And then points south, we're looking at about 5 to 10 inches of snow from Crisfield to Chincoteague. So a little less farther south, but then you go farther north up into New Jersey and the New York area, they could see upwards of 2 feet of snow, maybe even more around the Long Island area. But I'm hoping we don't see that much here. We still have a blizzard warning that went into effect earlier on, and it continues until Monday evening, 6 p.m. So it's this orange shaded area. And the definition of a blizzard is it's all about visibility. When that visibility is 1/4 mile or less and we have wind gusts over 35 miles per hour, basically whiteout conditions, that constitutes a blizzard. And we're thinking that's going to be the case as we go through the evening hours. Eastern Shore under a blizzard warning until 6 p.m. Monday, and then 7 p.m. for Somerset, Wycomico, and Worcester counties. Now, the real heavy snow will be over with, I think, by early Monday morning, but a lot of this will be blowing around, too, I think, during the day. So I think that's why they're continuing the blizzard warning. Offshore, we're going to see very strong winds as this storm is now rapidly developing, and a storm warning. Delaware Bay down into the Atlantic Ocean, and then inland bays too. That means we're looking at wind gusts probably over 50 miles per hour. And those winds are going to really pile up out of the northeast and pile up along the coast. And at the time of high tide, we could be looking at some flooding, about 1 to 2 foot water rises, once again, especially at time of high tide. So along coastal Kent and Sussex counties, that's going to be the area that we're really concerned about. There's also a high surf advisory into Worcester County that goes until Monday morning, as this storm is really going to kick up the surf as well. So let's walk you through it on Futurecast. You can see the purple. This is all snow. You get into the deeper colors, that is some heavier snow. So that's the case around 6 p.m. with temperatures hovering right around the freezing mark. And unlike previous storms, this storm, the snow will be sticking to everything, power lines and trees, and that's a problem because it's going to get windy, and we could see down trees on power lines and power outages as we go through the evening hours. As we go into the 10 p.m. hour, this is when it's getting pretty bad. This is when we think we're going to be seeing blizzard conditions, temperatures near freezing, very heavy snow, and you see those red arrows pointing right out of the north. Those are very strong winds in excess of 40 miles per hour. Wind shift to the northwest by 3 a.m. as the storm starts to move to the north and east, and you can see how temperatures are sliding below the freezing mark. So we're going to be looking at that snow probably getting a little higher in moisture content, and then that snow becoming more of a snow shower regime, I think, as we go through the morning into the afternoon hours. Let's do it region by region. 5:30 as we go into the Del Mar area, Millsboro and Georgetown with moderate to heavy snow. And then you see those arrows turn to that orange and red color as we go into 10:30. This is when we're anticipating those blizzard conditions. So travel is not recommended. In fact, it's not recommended now, but especially as we go into the overnight hours, that's when it's going to be especially dangerous, where it could be just whiteout conditions. And then by tomorrow morning, we start to see this snow breaking up, becoming more of a snow shower activity as we go through the morning. Along the coast, Milton to Lewis, Bethany Beach, and Fenwick Island, extremely windy this evening, and then we have the moderate to heavy snow as well. And you see by 9 p.m. the winds become more parallel to the coast out of the north. So I think the best chance of coastal flooding will come this evening, and then as they shift to the north and west, maybe some of those inland bays seeing some flooding, but then other areas that we're seeing the coastal flooding earlier, your risk will go down. Still very windy out of the northwest as we head into Monday morning, as the snow will start to taper off at that time. Want to take a look at some of the future snow, and this is on the European model. Now, this one is more conservative, down from Berlin to Selbyville and Bethany Beach, around 7 to 8 inches, and then farther to the west, about 5 to 9 inches across parts of Maryland and into Delaware as well. So this is on the lower side. Now we're looking at our in-house model here, and it's much higher. Selbyville back through Berlin and the Fenwick Island area, around 9 to 13 inches of snow. And then farther to the north and west, this is also our in-house model. And you can see that it's printing out about 9 to 12 inches of snow. So this storm is really getting going right now. You can see that we have the snow all across Del Mar. Let's do a little bit of a tour here. This is northern Sussex County, Georgetown, over towards Overbrook and Lewis. You're in the snow, and then farther to the south and east, back through Long Neck, Ocean View, into the heavy snow there. Eastern Shore also seeing these bands of snow. So at times the snow won't be so heavy, but then at other times it will be very heavy. And then once again, we've got some of that wind that's coming in as well. Now, farther to the south, Salisbury's in the snow, so is Snow Hill. How appropriate is that? And then farther to the south, look at Chincoteague. You've got some rain. Now, this is some warmer air as this low is beginning to rapidly intensify off our coast right now. And I think some of this rain and some of this sleet with this could be working its way inland a little bit as we go through the next couple of hours. So that definitely could keep accumulations down. But here's the broad view. You can see all the snow, Delmarva, Delaware, New Jersey, Long Island. So all these areas are going to get pounded with snow. I think they're going to get even heavier snow back through New Jersey and Long Island. They could see over 2 feet there. I don't think we're looking at that down here, but still very impressive, as there's that area of low pressure that is now rapidly developing off the outer banks, and then we'll start to move to the north and east as we go through time. It'll be moving in this general direction. So there's the arrow. So we're going to be seeing the storm tracking to the north and east. We're still going to be on the cold side of this system. But once again, I think at the coast, we definitely could be seeing some of that sleet mixing in and maybe even some rain as well. So I'm going to walk you through it. Here's a wider view. Everybody getting the snow this evening. And then you can see how this low is really beginning to deepen off the coast. Almost takes on an eye feature as it's moving due east of Chincoteague by 9 p.m. with the very heavy snow over the top of us, back through New Jersey, and then to the south and west. And then once again, it's through the overnight hours that we're really concerned about the blizzard conditions, as this almost looks like a hurricane. We'll call it a snow-a-cane. There is no such thing, but kind of looks like that. Here's 11:30, that low off the coast with all the wind over us and all the snow too. And that snow is moderate to heavy through about 2, 3 a.m. And then once again, you see how it becomes more showery as we head into Monday morning. We're still seeing on and off snow showers into early afternoon, and then it should be over by the evening hours, and then it's the cleanup after that time period. Want to take a look at the temperatures real quick, and you can see how we're hovering just above the freezing mark. In fact, everybody looks like they're at 33 degrees right now, so we're just above that 32-degree mark. But once it drops below that, that's when we're concerned that all this heavy snow and slush will be freezing solid. So we've got 33 in Salisbury right now. Gumboro, you're at 33 degrees. Millsboro, just above the freezing mark right now, with Bridgeville coming in at 33. Lewis at 34. And Ocean Pines at 33. I think these temperatures are going to hover right around this freezing mark and then drop a little bit below freezing as we go through the overnight. And that's when it's going to become especially treacherous, as all this slush will start to freeze as we go into that time period. But once again, we're just above the freezing mark, and we will be hovering right around that freezing mark as we go into the evening hours. And then once again, the winds are beginning to really pick up. We're seeing wind gusts close to 40 miles per hour now at the coast. Indian River Inlet, 38 mile per hour gusts, 29 miles per hour in Bethany Beach, 19 in Millsboro. And it'll go much higher. Look what happens by 6:30 as that storm revs up off the coast. We're seeing gusts 40 to 45 at the coast, 30 to 40 inland areas. And then by 10:30, those winds start to turn to the north, and we're going to start to see gusts over 50 miles per hour. That means we could be looking at power outages. I mentioned earlier, as we have the very heavy snow on trees and power lines, and these winds over 50 miles per hour at the beaches, that could be a concern for power outages. So make sure you have your tools to see some light as we go through the overnight hours. Make sure you're stocked up on batteries, and make sure you have plenty of that with flashlights and things in case you do lose power. As we go through the overnight into tomorrow morning, here's 8 a.m. We're looking at winds out of the northwest, not as strong, but still gusting around 30 to 40 miles per hour, and then still very windy by early Monday afternoon. But by that time, we're going to be seeing the snow winding down. Now, here's the evening planner. Now, you see on these icons that snow is coming straight down between now and 6 p.m. But then look at the icon beginning at 8 p.m. It's starting to go a little sideways. That's because of the very, very strong winds. And look at these winds are coming in out of the north. These are sustained winds as we head into the 8, 9, 10, midnight time period. We're looking at winds sustained 25 miles per hour. That's not even gusts. We could be looking at those gusts once again at times over 50 miles per hour. And as I was mentioning earlier too, temperatures hovering just above freezing now, but then by 8 p.m. we're right around that freezing mark, and then we're going below freezing after that. So not only is it going to be dangerous to travel because of the blizzard conditions, but anything that's slushy will start to freeze as those winds do start to turn to the north and west. If you're just joining us, and we're going to be here for a couple more minutes, I just want to review a couple of things. Once again, we have a blizzard warning in effect for pretty much all our area. This goes through tonight into your Monday and Monday evening, as we're expecting blizzard conditions tonight. Low visibility is whiteout conditions, blizzard warning for Delaware, for Sussex County. This goes until Monday, 6 p.m. And then also the Eastern Shore, and then points south through Monday evening as well. And we also have that storm warning for Delaware Bay, and then back into the Atlantic Ocean as well. And in case you're just joining us and you missed it, here are some of those snow totals. About an inch or two from Nassau to Millsboro, a little less than that, Ellendale through Laurel and Bridgeville. And then Harbison's already got 2.5 inches, with 1 to 2 inches from Milton back through the Felton area. And snowfall totals have come up a little bit. Once again, we're thinking about 10 to 18 inches of snow. Once again, I'm thinking about 10 inches more at the coast, because I think we will be looking at more sleet mixing in, and as that sleet mixes in, maybe even rain farther to the south, that will keep some of the snow totals down. But right now we're thinking about 10 to 18 inches from Delaware towards the Eastern Shore near Cambridge, Seaford, Salisbury as well. And then you work your way farther south on 13 down into the Crisfield area and Chincoteague, and we're looking at about 5 to 10 inches in that neck of the woods. So that's going to be a wrap for now. I'm going to join you in exactly 1 hour again with a live stream, and make sure you join us at 7 on your favorite device, as we're going to be having team coverage of this blizzard once again online on your favorite devices at that time. And of course, we'll keep you updated online and on the air throughout the entire duration of this blizzard. Have a great evening. Stay safe. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Bob Trihy.